Today, we're going to be doing Chapter 10, Lesson 4, Division with Exponents on pages 246 and 247. First, let's do a little bit of review with division. So if we have 6 and we divide it by itself, so 6 divided by 6 equals what? 1, or 1 over 1. The 6's cancel out, and it's going to give us 1. Similarly, if we have 27 divided by 27, the answer is going to be 1 over 1. The 27's cancel out, and they're going to give us 1 over 1, or sometimes just 1, depending on how we want to look at it. These are both 1 over 1 and 1 are the same thing. So here we have two powers with the same base, right? I see a to the fourth and a to the second. What we're going to need to do is write this as a fraction. So I'm going to write it as, instead of a to the fourth, I'm going to write a, 4 a's, right? Divided by a. Now that it's a fraction, what we're going to need to do is remove common factors. So I can see that we can sort of cancel out that a, and it becomes a 1 and a 1. That a and that a also becomes a 1 and a 1. And we're left with what? We are left with 2 a's, so we got a over 1, or just a, and we can then take this and we can rewrite it using exponents. So a is the same thing as a squared over 1, or simply a squared, and a squared is our answer. So here again we have a division problem with two sets of bases, right? We've got the b's and we've got the c's. We're going to need to rewrite this as a fraction, and I know that when I'm looking at b to the fourth on the left side, it's going to be b, and then I see there's these 3 c's. 1, 2, 3. This is going to be our numerator. The left side is always going to be our numerator. The right side is going to be our denominator, or what's at the bottom of the fraction. So we're dividing this now by 2 b's. It's b to the second, and then I see c to the second, or c squared. And now we need to cancel these out. So if we find 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom, they cancel out, and they each become 1. We're going to do that again. And we can't cancel out any more b's, so we're left with just these 2 right there. Let's not forget that. Let's cancel out the c's. So we're going to cancel out the top and the bottom, and c divided by c is 1. C divided by c is 1. And we're left with now simply this third c right here. So what does this mean? Well, the bottom is going to be 1. The denominator is 1. The top is b, c. We can say divided by 1. Or we don't even necessarily need that, so we can write b squared c. It's understood that it's over 1. This is a whole number. This is our answer. Here we have 10x squared y divided by 5x. Let's rewrite this as a fraction. So I've got 10x y divided by 5x. Now what we're going to need to do is start with dividing the coefficients. And I know that 10 divided by 5 is what? It's going to be 2 over 1, or just 2, right? And on the variables, I see we've got x, y, and x. We can cancel out this x, and it's going to give us 1. And that's all that we can do. And so we're left with what? 2xy divided by 1, right? And 1 times 1 is itself, and we can write simply 2xy. This is our answer, and that's it. Here we have 12w to the fourth divided by 6w to the second. Let's rewrite this. So I see we're going to have 12w, right, divided by 6w. What we're going to need to do is first divide the coefficients, and 12 divided by 6 is 2, so it's going to be 2 over 1. And then we need to rewrite the factors, which we just did, and then remove the common factors. So we're going to divide w times w is 1. We'll simply cancel out these, and we're left with 2w over 1. And we can simplify this by writing simply 2w squared. That's it. We're done. Here we have 24xy to the 5th divided by 4xy. Let's rewrite this as a fraction, and I'm going to rewrite it as 24x and then 5y's, 3, 4, 5, divided by 4xy. First thing we're going to do is divide the coefficients. And 24 divided by 4 is what? 6 over 1, or just 6. Let's divide out or cancel out the x's. And then let's cancel out the y's. We've got 1 on the bottom, so we can just cancel out just 1 on the top. We're left with now how many? 1, 2, 3, 4 y's. So this reduces to 6 y over 1, which we can simplify as 6y to the 4th. That's it. This is our answer. We are done. And the reason this is 6y to the 4th, there are no x's. There are no x's because the x is canceled out. So if we want to pretend, for example, that this x stood for, let's say, 5, right? If this was a 5, 5 divided by 5 is what? These cancel out. It's going to be 1 over 1. And so if we were to sort of incorporate this into it, 6 times 1 is what? 6. 1 times 1 is what? 1. So that wouldn't change anything. This is our answer.